Alright, happy Saturday everyone. You should be seeing this video sometime after 10 a.m. Eastern. I'm sorry if I have woken you up early on the West Coast, but yes, it is time to predict another WWE pay-per-view, and that is the annual Hell in a Cell that used to always be held in October. For whatever reason, the WWE thinks it's a good idea to just move it to the summertime. And this is, in fact, the last pay-per-view before we have Hell in a Cell in Las Vegas. So Hell in a Cell will be taking place in Chicago. And funny enough, this is happening in Chicago as CM Punk just won the AEW Championship last weekend at their pay-per-view in Vegas last weekend during Memorial Day. So I will just want to mention that I like to personally congratulate CM Punk on becoming a champion in professional wrestling for the first time in 10 plus years. Good for him on the AEW side. But yes, here's Cody Rhodes. He is on the promo for... I don't think you can really see it that well. I'll try to move this to the right. This thing can budge. There we go. See? There's Cody. Hi, Cody. So in any regard... Ooh, go on the fly here. That's better. Okay. So, again, we have our pay-per-view coming up tomorrow. And as we approach this pay-per-view, and I know I'm recording it after SmackDown on Friday, after 10 p.m. Eastern. But there is a good reason why, and we will get to that to begin our video. But before we go into that, I want to mention something very important for baseball fans in New York. And you may want to consider subscribing to the Peacock streaming service now. And I think today, June 4th, would be an excellent day to subscribe to the Peacock Premium if you have been holding off on it. If you've been maybe stubborn, maybe didn't realize, hey, maybe I'm going to save a few dollars more if it was $9.99 for WWE Network, I can just pay $5. And yes, you can pay $5 for your Peacock Premium. You get your Peacock Premium Plus. I have the Peacock Premium because of my Comcast subscription in Ocean City, Maryland. You have your $49.99, $9.99 packages right here. So why am I encouraging you to sign up for Peacock? Well, if you are in New York, you may want to pay attention. Alright, so pay attention here. Tomorrow, the New York Yankees game will be only available. And I'm going to make sure I draw it right here, like we've done with all my news videos in the past. Oop, it's better. The Yankee game will only be available on Peacock Premium. So, the Yankee game tomorrow will be on Peacock. If you are a New York Mets fan, you also want to pay attention to this. Sunday, June 26th, the Mets will be on Peacock against the Miami Marlins. So, follow along here. Yankees, right here. Mets, right here. Early morning games. So, you're looking at, let's see if I can move this. Let's move this here. That's a better idea. 11:30 a.m. tomorrow. Noon start, June 26th. If you are a fan of one of these teams, you really ought to think about subscribing to Peacock Premium, because not only do you want to subscribe to Peacock for Hell in a Cell tomorrow, and of course, you want to subscribe for Money in the Bank on Saturday, July 2nd. But keep in mind, you're going to be getting the New York Yankees and the New York Mets on those 2 days. So you really need to think about subscribing now. All right? Don't you want to think about it, go on ahead. But if not, then that's your decision if you're just going to hold off and and you're also getting movies, TV shows. You're getting a good deal with Peacock, so trust me. I'm not affiliated with NBC, but, in this day and age with inflation, you really ought to think about it. Okay, so at the moment, I'm trying to refresh the page because there has been a 7th match added to the card, and apparently I am not seeing it on here, but I am seeing it on WWE's Twitter, so let's predict this one first. Just announced on last night's edition of SmackDown, WWE official Adam Pearce announced that from a prior rematch on SmackDown on Friday on Fox, Madcap Moss will be going against Happy Corbin in a no-holds-barred match. So as you can see, Corbin being surprised here, thinking that he wasn't going to be on the card Sunday. Too bad, Baron. That's his former name, but yes. Baron will have to go back, and he will have to face his former buddy, Madcap. So, who do I think will win in this match? I'm going to go with the safe pick and go with Madcap. Just because he's been waiting to grab Corbin for a while, and I think that's what will happen. Okay. We are going to go now to, I think this is our only championship match of the night, if I am correct. I think it is. Just want to confirm if this is for the championship. So we'll take a look on... Yes, okay, so we only have 2 championship matches. There we go. So let's go to this one first. The men's side. We have Theory, formerly Austin Theory, which... Why did they just drop their first names? I don't get it. First, it's Mustafa Ali, and I think Ali has earned this match. He has worked his way up to this spot. So I think, therefore, your new champion will be Mustafa Ali. So, Mustafa's going to be the champion. I think he deserves it. So, yeah. Okay, let me see if I can go up to the championship match. Here we go. Okay. Triple threat match for the Raw Women's Championship. Bianca Belair taking on Asuka and Becky Lynch. So, I do think they are trying to push for a title unification match with Ronda Rousey sometime next month. Either at Money in the Bank or either at SummerSlam. Now, keep in mind, Vince McMahon did recently reinstate the wild card rule due to Roman winning, unifying the championship, and of course the Usos unifying the championship. So this also does apply to the women's side of things. So I do think Bianca will defeat Becky, will defeat Asuka, and you know what? Pretty much, these two women are going to be in the Money in the Bank match anyway. And I do think Alexa will be in the match, and I do think Lacey Evans will be in the match. You know, I'm not going to speculate who that 5th or 6th woman can be right now, because I can't really think of a name on the top of my head, but, you know, sorry. We're going to have a title unification match in July. Ronda is going to face Bianca. I'm sorry. Unless, what are they going to do? They're going to make Becky win the title again? And then wait until August or something? I don't know. I'm not WWE, but something tells me we're going to have a title unification match for the Women's Championship. That's how I think it will go down. So, let me think how I'm going to organize this. Jeez, we got about I think, let me make sure. I predicted Corbin. I predicted the U.S. title. I predicted that. So we got 4 more matches. So how am I going to organize this? Okay. I think I know how we're going to organize this. Let's go with this. That's how we're going to organize this. Okay. So let's go with Finn Balor teaming up with AJ Styles and Liv Morgan, taking on the Judgment Day of Rhea Ripley. Of course, you got this guy right here, a former U.S. champion, and his name will come to me on the top of my head soon. I just have to, think of it. But this guy right here, that's the leader of the Judgment Day, and that is Edge. Okay, so that's Edge. He turned heel. We know what happened. You know what? That's what became of that. So that's Damian Priest, yes. Now the name came up to me, because I'm like, wait a minute, I know this guy. I've seen him on Raw numerous times recently. That's what happens. They should really be giving you first names, but I guess they don't want to. Okay, so I do think this will be a win for Styles, Balor, and Morgan. But does something tells me Alexa Bliss is going to have anything to do with Judgment Day? I don't really want to predict anything right now, but just for a glorified win for AJ Styles, I do think they want to keep this rivalry going for a while into the summer. But it is going to wind down once we go to the fall, I think. That's the way it looks. Okay, so next up, we are going to move on to the handicap match. Now, first of all, this is Hell in a Cell. So you mean to tell me we only have one Hell in a Cell match the whole night? Okay, I'm just so confused right now. Alright, so here we go. Bobby Lashley taking on Omos and MVP in a handicap match. This has been built up for a while. We do remember a couple of weeks ago on Raw that Lashley did go into a steel cage match with Omos. And funny enough, I was watching a video with one of my coworkers at Osnum. He's a big wrestling fan, and he knows who he is, but you were watching this, and he just likes Omos for whatever reason, and I can't blame him. Can't argue with him on that. Omos does work very well in the ring. No question about that. But I do think that we are looking at a situation where Lashley's going to win. I think he can pull this off. It's a handicap, but you know what? It is possible. Unless they're just going to give Omos another win here, then I don't know at this point. But I will go with the safe pick right here. Okay, so what else do we have to predict? Yeah, Ezekiel taking on Kevin Owens. That's the one I have to predict. Okay. So, we can tell this is definitely Elias. I mean, come on! It has to be Elias. Am I one of the only people that, sides with Kevin Owens here? Am I one of the few people who are not clueless? I mean, man, how clueless can we be for professional wrestling gimmicks? Okay, so I do think Owens is going to win. And then we find out later on in the evening that Elias all along was pulling a joke on us. Come on. Come on, Elias. Stop doing this already. You've been doing this since April. Enough is enough. You came back after WrestleMania. You've been doing this now for 2 months. I think this just needs to stop. So Kevin Owens for your sake, I hope you really knock some sense into Elias, because this is not Ezekiel. It's not. No. I mean, I could have been on the Kevin Owens show and explained to everybody how this is not Ezekiel. I can explain this very well. And by the way, not to mention, Monday Night Raw is coming to New York. So Kevin, if you're watching this, invite me over to Madison Square Garden. You know, maybe we'll take the E train uptown to Amadeus Pizza beforehand. Or we could take the C2. Don't forget the local C train. But yeah, we can go up 8th Avenue, grab a good slice, good New York pizza before the show. And I'll explain to everybody how this is not Ezekiel. I can explain this very well. Let a man explain it. You know? So Kevin Owens wins. Let's move on to our supposed... I think this is going to be the supposed main event because we don't have the Usos. Okay, they just defended the titles with a little help from Sami Zayn on SmackDown. I do feel bad for Riddle, though. He's had some very bad luck with his tag team partners getting injured. First Randy Orton and now Shinsuke Nakamura? That's very unfortunate. I do hope things do turn around for Riddle soon, but we'll have to wait and see. But in any regard, we know Ronda Rousey's not fighting. In fact, let's see if anything's even listed on the Wikipedia page for Hell in a Cell. I'm just curious. Yeah, let's see what we got. All we have right now is a general poster for Vegas. That's it. All we know is that Money in the Bank is happening at... Wait a minute. I thought they were holding it in the Legion Stadium. Did they change it? Oh, I'm thinking something must have happened at Allegiant Stadium. I'm just going to quickly look this up. Did they change plans for Allegiant Stadium? That's a good question. Let's see. Oh! They canceled it? This is the Allegiant Stadium website. Oh! Man, this sucks if you had plans to be in Las Vegas on July 4th weekend expecting a WWE event. Oh, that sucks. Because I'm like, wait a minute, why am I seeing the MGM Grand Arena? I mean, MGM Grand Arena has hosted a bunch of Mike Tyson boxing matches in the past. Okay, so let's just get to our main event. We're going completely off topic. Our main event in the evening will be the Hell in a Cell match between Seth freaking Rollins and Cody Rhodes. And I do think this will be the match that solidifies Cody Rhodes and will give Cody momentum to possibly be at the MGM Grand Arena in Las Vegas next month. So, why aren't they holding it at T-Mobile Arena? We'll find out in a second to conclude this video, but yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be Cody Rhodes' night. Hell in a Cell changes you. You know what? I think Cody can do it. I have faith in him. So, I guess to wrap up this video, let's find out what's going on at the T-Mobile Arena on July 4th weekend. I'm going to find out why couldn't WWE go to T-Mobile Arena on that weekend? Unless UFC is happening that weekend. Let's see. Yep, like I figured, UFC is being held the same night. Really, WWE? Really? Well, I mean, the MGM Grand was nice enough to let them hold it, I guess. Okay, that's going to wrap up this crazy, unusual prediction video for WWE pay-per-view. So, start time will be at 8 p.m. Eastern on Peacock. If you are not in the U.S., it is on the WWE Network. Once again, I do want to mention that please, 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 if you don't want to miss the Yankees or the Mets, and if you're in New York, please really consider getting Peacock Premium if you don't want to miss the games either tomorrow or on June 26th. And again, please note, Money in the Bank will not be held at Allegiant Stadium. It will be held at the MGM Grand Arena because that weekend I may be in Delmarva. Because I have a planned event on July 3rd to be at. So, with that, I'm going to wrap up this video. Enjoy the pay-per-view once again, 8 p.m. Eastern. That is a 7 p.m. start time Central. So until the next one, please take care.